Hello, my name is Simone Slater and I'm an independent Kaszazz consultant in Tasmania, and I'd like to introduce you to this fantastic little machine here, the Bellish Ezy Press. It's an A4 roller die cutting and embossing machine, and so what's great about that is that you can cut really big dies out, anything up to A4 size like these ones. Okay, and it comes with all the mats that you need. Okay, so there's 5 of them. We have our base mat, and we use that for all our cutting and embossing, and we have our embossing pad, which is B, and a floppy mat to go with it, and we have our C mat, which is for our standard paper cutting dies. We have our D mat, which is for our thick paper cutting dies, and we also have this other one, X pad, which is for all other brand dies. Now this machine is compatible with most leading dies and brands, but it's not compatible with the Sizzix Originals, the Biggs dies and Tim Holtz dies, because they're far too thick to fit through a machine. So if you're unsure, just ask your nearest consultant. Alrighty, and another thing that's great is it's portable, very lightweight and portable, so you can take it anywhere. You can store the handle in this little candy compartment up the top here, and it just goes on like that. Alright, and what I also like to do is store all my other little dies in here as well. Okay, and if you notice on the dies, it's also got some instructions on there, and it tells you what pads that you need to go with the dies. So on this one it will say thick paper die, use pad A and D, so it's really easy. Alright, and also there's instructions across the front here that also gives you handy little ideas about which pads to use, but you won't need that before long because you'll get so used to them, it'll be easy. Okay, so the plates, these come out and extend out like that, and we also have a little lever down here which helps it suction to the table so that it doesn't move. Alright, so then we're ready to use it. Okay, what I want to do for you today is show you how to use the Bellish Ezy Press and some of the different dies and embossing folders, and with the different pads that they go with, so you can get an overall view of how they go. Okay, the first one I'm going to show you is the Miss You embossing plate. So for this we just need base pad A and the flimsy black piece that goes on the bottom, and then a cardstock, and the plate goes on top, and then B, our embossing pad on top of that. Now with any of these stacks that I'm going to show you, if you're winding it through and it's quite difficult or hard, you may have the wrong pad, so just check your pad, reverse back out, check it, make sure it's the right one. Alright, that's a lovely impression that it gives, and you can use these on your cards or scrapbook pages or whatever you like, and some of my other tutorials will show you how I've used some of these embossing folders and dies as well. Alright, now taking away the flimsy mat, the next one I'd like to show you is our swinging flowers embossing folder. Now this is called a 2-piece embossing folder, and all we need for that is just the embossing pad B. I've just got an ordinary A5 white card, and all you do is pop that in there like that, fold it over, pop your B plate on top, and just pop the centre out. And there you have it, gorgeous little card. And of course you can ink that and do all sorts of things with that, which I'll also show you in some other tutorials. Right, so that's the embossing. Now I'm going to show you this little one, which is our lace border, and this is a 2-in-1. So we have to put this through 2 times. We cut it, then we emboss it. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is pop that down there like that. Pop our cardstock face down. Now put the texture side down, because any imprint from your pads then won't go on the side you want to see. And what I mean by that is our mats do get cuts in them, and that impression, which is quite normal, but that impression can come out on your cardstock. So if it's face down, it's not going to affect the side that you want to see. Alright, so you just pop that on there like that. So this is cutting pad D. Just pop that through. Right, now that's cut it, but we don't want to take that off just yet, because now we want to get that little embossing imprint through it. So we're going to leave it there the way that it was and put our flimsy mat on top and our embossing pad B on top of that. Run it through again. Alright, and then you just peel it off. Just nice and carefully. Okay, and then of course you cut that to the size that you want, so I'm just going to break it off so you can see. So you can use that on your scrapbook pages or your cards or whatever you like. You should be able to see that embossing print on there. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Alright, now the next one I'm going to show you is using our thick paper die pad A and D, and I'm going to cut out this little envelope out of our envelope set. So first of all, we pop our die down, our texture cardstock down on top of that. And our D on top of that. And then just peel it off. So there we have it. And then what you do with that is just fold it. Just use a bone scorer. Of course, then you would just tape all those together, and there you have a little envelope for a bookmark or any other little gift. Simple and quick, and there are 2 envelopes in that pack. The other one is this one, which I've embellished with all the bits that come in the envelope set. Quite gorgeous, aren't they? Now, the last one I want to, the second last one I want to show you is using pad C for standard paper cutting dies. Now this one, and it says on them, which helps you as well. So this says use pad A and C for standard. So again, pop him up there like that, textured side down. See, now I let go of the handle. You don't do that because it can flick back and hit you in the hand. So what you've got to do is keep a hold of it and keep going. And I'll just cut this scallop out of that one. And the last one I want to show you is the other brand dies. I have a little Kaszazz thin cuts, so just pop him upright. Same again, texture side down. and using our other brand X pad on top. Okay, so that's just a little coat hanger there. So there's a quick little overview of all the different pads and some of the different dies that you can use with them. I hope that's helped you understand a little bit more about our Bellish Ezy Press. Thanks for watching. If you would like to purchase any of the products seen today or just have some inquiries, you can go to the website at www.kaszazz.com, or you can contact them on 1800 649 191, or alternatively you can go to my blog at www.simoneKaszazzconsultant.blogspot.com, and I'll be only too happy to answer any questions, and you can contact me through there. Thank you so much for watching my video.